Welcome to the Dillweed Society Film Podcast. My name is Max, and my favorite movie is In the Heat of the Night.
Alright. I'm wondering if I should go silly or real. Well, they're both, it's real either way. I've always said any silly movie, a bad movie, if it's still good, if it's enjoyable, it's still a good movie. That's what I've always said, and so for that reason, maybe in line with our movie today, which I don't think is categorically or technically bad in any way, but I think it goes in line with the genre that quote unquote bad movies tend to fall into. Hi, my name is Isabella, and that was a long-winded way of saying that my favorite movie is a Goofy movie, which I rewatched the other night. It's such a tragic movie, dude.
Mm-hmm. The sequel is just as tragic. The sequel is just as tragic. They're both sad movies. Yeah, they're both really sad movies.
It's so sad.
What really hit you this time around?
I just feel so bad for Goofy.
For the dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
He's just trying so hard.
And he can't, yeah. It's a very common parent experience, I think.
Yeah. I think it's a unique one to portray in a movie, though. I feel like I haven't seen that a lot. Where it's a father who is, trying really hard to relate to the son and, get his son, doing things.
Yeah.
But the son is being obviously it's a very common kids trope for the kids to be no, I'm a teenager, I'm gonna do what I want, type of thing. But I feel like it's rarely shown as a father type of thing.
Maybe. I'm trying to think of, movies where there are fathers and their children. I saw a movie this year called... No, I saw it... Yeah, it was this year. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was... Both the father and the mother had these, very active roles. But also, it's based on a book, It's, Goofy Movie is written to be a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have, a playlist on Letterboxd, or, a movie list on Letterboxd, all about, great, not dad movies, because I think there's a difference between, a dad movie, which would be, I don't know.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Spartacus. Ford versus Ferrari, thank you. And, movies about, dads. So, Despicable Me, I would say, is a good one. That falls in the same... Rushmore, same kind of thing.
I just watched a movie last night called Barry Lyndon. That's a dad movie.
You've never seen Barry Lyndon before?
No, I just watched it for the first... Yes, it's his most reserved film, in my opinion.
It's... Ugh.
It's not a great film.
It's 4 hours long.
It's 3 hours long, and I did give it 3 stars. Maybe 3.5 stars. It's a really beautiful movie. It's I think his most pretty movie, but
it's
also...
so faded. It is so faded.
What do you mean?
In comparison to the, bright contrasting colors that you show on film of, I would say 2001 is beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good example.
I don't like that movie by any means, but I think it's... One thing I would describe it as is beautiful. I would call Barry Lyndon dusty. If anything.
Dude, it looks like a painting. It looks like a Renaissance painting the whole time. There's that picture. If you go on Letterboxd, look at the header.
Yeah,
picture.
the main. It looks dusty.
Yeah, I guess it is a little dusty. I didn't think the story was anything to really write home about. I thought there were some good things about it, but overall, I don't know if I would recommend it.
Alright, well, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the movie Bottoms 2023.
Yes, which we both saw in theaters, correct?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I think I saw it a week ago almost. From the moment I saw it, I have been thinking about it at least every day.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it, let me give a synopsis real quick. PJ and Josie start a fight club as a way to lose their virginities to cheerleaders. The fight club gains traction, and soon the most popular girls in school are beating each other up in the name of self-defense. But the pair find themselves in over their heads. But the pair find themselves in over their heads in need of a way out before their plan is exposed. That was rough. I can't read or speak.
Luckily, Bottoms is not subtitled.
Luckily?
That is, you wouldn't be able to watch it because you can't read.
Who am I, Leah Michelle? I think I am dyslexic.
Okay.
I think I am.
Why do you think that?
I saw a bumper sticker that said, I love my Jeep, and I thought it said, I love my Jeff. And today, I read out someone's name that was Andy as Abby.
That's great.
Maybe I just need glasses. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, or maybe reading stuff wrong is just a thing that happens to people.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not one of those
Bro.
You wear fake glasses.
You gotta cut that out. You gotta cut all this out.
I'm cutting that out.
You can't. Yeah.
Overall thoughts about Bottoms.
Okay, Bottoms. Directed by Emma Seligman. Last movie she directed was...
Shiva Baby.
Shiva Baby. Perhaps my favorite movie of the first Dilly's year.
Oh, yeah.
2021.
Yeah. I have showed that movie to, like, several different people. And let it be known I only know a handful. So several is a good amount. And everyone who I've shown it to has loved it. It's... Emma Seligman really has a way of consolidating, like, a great narrative into less than 90 minutes, even.
Right.
Like Shiva Baby was only, 75 minutes. This was only 92 minutes, but, like, credits and shit. But...
This was a short movie.
And Rachel Sennott also, starring in this movie and in Shiva Baby. Rachel Sennott is slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite human beings and actresses ever.
Yeah.
She is so funny. This movie is also written heavily by her.
Yeah.
The way that she delivers her lines is just like, it's hilarious. It's like just like without anything. It could be like she says yeah.
Yeah.
But she says it in such a way with like such a pause before or after that like it's so funny. It gets a laugh either way. My God, she's amazing. Have you seen her like initial actors like, what do you call that? Like video that you send in?
Her reel?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Wait, what's on it?
I feel like I'm not at liberty to play it on the podcast, but I'll play it for you. Hold on.
Can you?
Rachel Sennott, 5'2", New York.
No.
Virgo.
The way she goes, Virgo. And then just smiles. It's so good. I love her. She is hilarious. She's a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this movie stars... is it Ayo or Ayo? I think it's Ayo Edebiri. She was in The Bear this year, which most people know her from as like one of the main cast members of The Bear. I didn't watch the second season, but I heard it was good. Anyway,
it's so good.
She's hilarious in this movie. The way that she speaks reminds me so much of one of my house members. It's so funny.
She's great.
It's for real.
I can't challenge them all, Bella.
They are self-proclaimed.
Yeah, that's Bella.
How can we start our discussion about this movie? What did you think about this movie?
I loved this movie. It definitely jumped very quickly to being like my top film of the year. Perhaps.
Oh. Woo!
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's sort of like a satire on high school life, which we had that period in the like mid 2000s where every movie was like a high school movie where all of the actors were like 28.
Yeah. And
then we like stopped doing that because we all kind of realized that it was weird. But it's kind of fun to see something engage with like what high school feels like today, because it changes really fast, especially with like cell phones. That was what I liked about the Ninja Turtles movie as well.
I wouldn't... Oh, that's a good point. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's, like, trying to reflect high school. I think it's just an aspect of it. What I think its main mission was to take chick flicks and, like, coming-of-age movies that we all love and, like, put them in today's atmosphere, but with still a lot of the, like, essence of those, like, earlier movies in the Midwestern feel of this.
Yeah.
Also, do you see that tweet? It was like... Bottoms has a blooper reel at the end. That's how I know cinema is back. And that's so true. Like, it's little things like that. It's just part of the movie feel that everyone loves of, like, when you go back and watch Bring It On, for example. Sure, it's not, like, amazing cinema, but you love it and you keep returning to it because it's such, like, a heartwarming... It touches a lot of people, you know what I mean? And I do think technically this movie is, like writing wise, production wise, it's like really amazing. And I also think like with what it has to say, maybe about teenagers or like queerness, I don't know.
Yeah. What I'm hearing from what you're saying is that this is like reminiscent of the early 2000s and also the 1980s cinema. Yeah, and it's making me wonder, is there like a 20-year cycle for movies that are like hyperbolic about high school?
I'm sure. I am absolutely certain. I mean, look at the cover poster for Bottoms. It's like very early 80s.
Yeah, it's very much like a John Hughes movie, sort of like Steven Spielberg, like, yeah.
For sure.
And it also, like, I guess that's what I'm trying to get at with calling it a satire of high school, is, like, it's hyperbolic in a way that's, like, kind of humorous, but also reflects the truth. And that's something that was really huge in the, like, that's, like, the whole premise of Glee. That's, like, every Steven Spielberg movie about children and every, like, John Hughes movie about children.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to say here, I think it is impossible to talk about this movie without being sort of explicit, because this movie does not hold any reservations about showing everything. So
well, wait, let's caveat that it's not a pornographic movie.
No. But there are a lot of like jokes. Yeah, I will say in a comedic way. It goes all out. Is what I'll say. Yeah,
definitely. I think it feels.
It's
very
definitely
free to
not
make
like
good
it's
jokes.
not like hardcore like a lot of dick jokes. Do you remember the mascot? Do you see the mascot?
No, I don't remember that.
You didn't? Oh my god. Okay, we haven't even gotten to the plot of this movie, but there's so much in the background of this film.
Yes.
If you what's his name? The teacher.
Oh my god.
Who's like just crying in the background, or like the mascot has a dick the size of its arm. I'm serious. It's just full out. It's full out, the mascot, every time.
The mascot is the dad from Beau is Afraid.
Alright, I'm just gonna move right past that. Anyway. But yeah, so basically this movie follows two gay girls who are like, everyone knows they're gay at the school.
Yeah.
And
they're
Rachel,
BFFs.
Sennett's character, PJ, has this idea. They're BFFs, yeah. That to get girls, they can start this fight club. And, like, another gay person at the school named, what's her name?
I don't remember.
Hazel's great. Is like, great. Oh yeah, this will be great for female solidarity. And so they take on this, like, idea that it's for female solidarity, when really it's just, like, for Rachel and, PJ and Josie, it's really just to, like, get girls. Mainly for PJ. Josie just gets caught in up everything because she can't say no to anything, and PJ is her best friend, and, like, they just get caught up in, like, the whole mess.
Well, Josie doesn't necessarily, like, say no to it. Josie doesn't really, like...
She's hesitant.
Yeah, she's just, like, hesitant, yeah.
Along every boundary, she's hesitant. But basically, they got caught up in this lie that was, like, an offhanded line in one of the first scenes, that they went to juvie during the summer, and so they have this, like, power to, like, stand up for themselves against other girls, or, like, against, and teach self-defense is really what this fight club is supposed to do. It's so funny because they always call it a fight club, but, like, to advertise that they call it self-defense, it's so funny. But they're literally just fighting each other.
I love that. But that sort of, like, doublespeak is happening throughout the entire, like, movie. There's, like, this whole Orwellian school. Something that, I watched this... I didn't watch this with anybody, but I was talking about it with Megan afterwards. And I was really seriously under the impression that the whole, like, morning announcement where they talk about this girl who's been beat up by the other high school football team is like propaganda made up by the principal to make everybody scared and make everybody, like, support the football team, because they don't name the person. Yeah,
I'm sure it was, like, that's, like, this whole thing, and, like, no one even comes to their game.
Right, exactly.
But they're all, like, hearing these rumors about how the other sports team is, like their rivals, basically, are, like, gonna kill somebody, which I guess could be true because of the ending, but we don't know. Like, it wasn't necessarily, like, the case, but,
well, it could be true, and it could be propaganda, right? Both of them could be true.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's, like, but it's definitely made to make all the girls at the school afraid and make them, like, feel like the football team is, like, their protectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to, like, kind of, like, the overall narrative, I think this film, like, plays into both modern and, like, kind of historical stereotypes of people, you know? Like, when they're called into the office, they're like, well, the two ugly gays come to the office. And then the cheerleader's like, guess that's you guys. Like, literally, the principal, like, there are these jokes constantly. You're constantly in this world of not reality, and you're like, what is going on? Like, in that first scene in the classroom, in the background, there's just a guy in a cage.
Yes.
And I thought it was a dream sequence.
Right.
And then it just, like, continues on with the movie, so you're like, I guess this isn't a dream. Like, there's just a guy in a cage.
The guy in the cage is the boxer, the wrestler guy from the ending.
Yeah.
I loved that payoff. Like, because it's like, you see that in the beginning of the movie, and you're like, you're, like, looking at this blurry guy, like, reaching out of his cage in the back of the classroom. And you're like, I guess that's just a weird thing.
Even the way that the classrooms are set up, like, all the football players are in this row in the back that kind of looks like the Supreme Court. And everyone else is in front of them. And the teacher, like, is, like, reading porn in the front of the classroom, like, doesn't care at all. Or, like, it says, like, divorced and whatever. It's, like, divorced and... What was the name of the magazine?
It was like, divorce... or single and horny or something like that.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
But Marshawn Lynch, the main teacher, the guy who we were talking about at the front of the classroom, Marshawn Lynch, he did such a good job in this movie. He was so funny.
Yes.
So initially they need, like, obviously they need, like, someone to, like, look after their club and be, like, the spokesperson for their club because they need a teacher representative. And so they go to Marshawn Lynch's classroom and ask him because he's, like, they basically thought that he wasn't going to come to any meetings. He would just, like, be on the name of the fight club.
Right.
And the way that they got him to, like, join the club, basically, and be the head of their club, it was so funny. When Josie was like, don't you want to be an ally to women? Like, the way that you be an ally is you just, like, you say you're an ally and you sign your name on it and then you just, like, don't show up. Like, just, you don't have to come at all. That's what being an ally is about. I was like, that's so funny. You're
right.
So right.
Right. Okay. In the theater that I went to, it was...
Dude, I'll just cut out my voice then.
Okay. In the theater that I went to, it was entirely packed, right? And it was like, there was, like, only maybe 5 seats left.
Yeah.
And everyone, like, one of the notes that I wrote was, like, this movie is the movie is a movie where like I was laughing out loud throughout the entire film.
Literally.
Okay,
dude.
but
Okay,
I was the only person who laughed at that thing where they were like, "Don't you want to be an ally? It's where you get to do nothing and feel good about yourself and tell other people."
Wait, where did you see this movie?
I saw it at East Street.
East Street? Okay, I saw it at the Union Market Angelica pop up, and I had kind of the opposite theater experience. So it was us, and literally like there were 6 people in the theater total, and like we were all like row like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, but like we were all just like laughing so much. It was such a lively theater, even though there were only like 6 people.
Yeah.
It was just such a fun experience. Everyone had a blast. Oh my god.
It's really like just a genuinely super enjoyable movie, and I have
never laughed like and smiled constantly through an entire movie. Seriously. And it's like, go ahead.
Oh, I think it's like so much to do with the writing and the set design. Like it's so tight. Edited, written, directed, where like every line serves multiple meanings. Exactly. Like it's humorous, and it's also like forwarding the plot, and it's also like creating this like whole world around the characters.
Yeah.
It's
and even the characters who like don't have that much development, or like I guess they do. Everyone's given like so much screen time still though. And so the characters, even though they're all kind of supposed to be like characters, you know, I don't know, it still feels like it's a very collective movie, and it's like a small cast, and I just think all the jokes were so like funny. They just like skipped right like through all of them. They didn't like let them linger. And you do still have like that classic fight scene that you get in every coming of age movie of all time. Every teenage high school movie has a fight scene in public between the 2 main characters. I literally made a video about this. It's wild. But they have that fight scene in the middle of their like class, basically, when like everyone's kind of like wanting to split up the group, and like they've learned enough or whatever, and then PJ hasn't gotten what she wanted to get out of it, which is sleeping with one of the people she has a crush on. Which, her crush on this person is so funny because, like, it's such a teenager thing.
Yeah.
Because she, like, actually, like, doesn't really like this person. She just likes the idea of being with this person.
She just finds them attractive. That's, like, the entirety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the initial scene with her, she was, like, where, oh my god, no, when Josie was talking to the person she has a crush on, and Josie was like, "You're so skinny, like, we should call an ambulance." Like, thinking that's how you, like, flirt with a girl, because they, like, want to be skinny or whatever.
No.
But, back to the fight scene. It was so fun. Like, I was saying that every high school movie has that, and I was thinking that while watching it. I was like, oh, here it is, like, and it's still good. You just know it's coming. But then they drop that Avril Lavigne needle drop, and it's like, yes, you get it. Like, you're you're like making a joke. You're like, this is how high school movies go, and we know that's how they go, and so we're gonna follow that, but we're also gonna throw freaking Complicated by Avril Lavigne as, like, Josie is, like, kicking a can down, like, a dirt road and, like, solemnly, like, just, like, moping along. I was like, that is how you do it. It's like, you don't sit in it too long. You know what you are. You're a comedy movie. Anyway.
That even the music is, like, a bit.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's, like, classic, like, 2000s. It goes back to, you know, what we were saying before.
But it wouldn't have worked in the 2000s.
No, because it would have been, like, a pop tune.
Exactly.
Like, it wouldn't have
like
worked as a comedic moment.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was a comedic moment here because it was, like, kind of ironic. You know, because people listen to Avril Lavigne when they think they're, like, being, like, so emo or whatever. They're being, like, Tumblr
really.
means, like, being depressive.
Yeah,
literally, yeah. So, like, it's an active commentary on that. So.
Yeah.
I just think all the little, like, references that they make are so good to pop culture, and, like, I just love it.
Do you think that Emma Seligman is the new Joss Whedon?
Wait, who's Joss Whedon? I always forget Joss Whedon with J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams is like downstream of Joss Whedon.
Oh, Joss Whedon, Buffy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like he was all like self-aware comedy. Like he's the like it's right behind me, guys, isn't it? Like that whole.
I never seen Buffy, so I don't know.
But he also he also like wrote all of the Marvel movies after like the third one.
I mean, I hope not for Emma Seligman, but you never know.
No,
I feel like with a woman it's different.
I'm just saying, like it's interesting how like cool media or like self-referential media goes through these phases where it gets born and then it dies out because it oversaturates, right? And we're seeing the new birth of self-aware media that's like it's definitely different from movies 20 years ago, but it also shares that thing in common, which is that it's like it's making jokes in part at its own expense because it's like engaging in tropes in a humorous way.
I don't even know. Like, what would you take from this movie and like make it? I don't know.
It's not a criticism of it at all, because Joss Whedon was like, I guess what I'm thinking is like, what is this movie gonna be like in 20 years?
I just think it would be like a classic, like chick flick that I would go back and rewatch.
Yeah, I think I want to.
I honestly think so.
It depends on if like how popular it gets, as well.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw Clemmy's review on Letterboxd. This movie, Letterboxd freaking out about this because half of the user base is lesbians with no riz. Yeah, it's just so funny, and all of the acting is so good too, and so clearly intentional. Like they were all so clearly directed in how they should act. Like especially the football players too.
Yeah, the main football player guy.
Yeah,
he was. I just detested him the entire movie, and I thought at the end like he was a really good actor. He's so like awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Speaking of. I love my Jeff.
I love my Jeff. He's like super muscular and also infantilized, like at the same time, like self-infantilizing.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. And he's listening to like Total Eclipse of the Heart as they're trying to like egg his house, but are too weak to like even get the egg like on the house.
Okay, but what's wrong with listening to Total Eclipse of the Heart? All the actors in this movie were giving like their A game, and I think that is a credit to Emma Seligman as a director for being able to direct so many actors to like That's
what I was saying before.
Yeah, like it's also all of them are great actors, but also that's indicative that Emma Seligman is a good director.
Yeah, I'm very curious because this is only her second movie.
Right.
Total. Like, it was Shiva Baby, which was post a Shiva Baby short film. Mm-hmm. But, like, Shiva Baby's already a short film, you know? So it was Shiva Baby and then this. Like, that's a wild first two movies. But, yeah, I'm really curious to see what she does next. And I'm loving the movies that Rachel Sennett is being cast in.
Yeah.
Bodies, 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 Shiva Baby, this. That's about it. But, like, she's great. She's amazing. And she's such a talented actress. And, like, particularly in her line readings. I think she's such a smart comedic actor. And I just love her for it.
Yeah. I mean, also Ayo Edebiri, like...
oh, yeah.
The way that she acts, like, in The Bear... She seems so adult, so like, you know, mid-20s trying to get, you know, settled in this career.
Yeah.
And in this, she's so clearly like a high schooler. It's like obviously she looks the exact same, barring like makeup and hairstyling and clothing, but like her total demeanor is entirely different.
Completely different, yeah.
She has such a range.
Yeah. It was really... And with that, let us just pay tribute to the ending of this film. The finale sequence. Which is the most insane way that you could end this movie. I did not see it coming. all the little jokes too about the school like bomb guy, the school shooter basically of the film.
Because I'm finally gonna do it.
I'm finally gonna do it. And like the girl who just loves swords.
Yeah.
And is like, I'm gonna kill someone.
I'm gonna kill my stepdad.
And then spoiler, they kill like half of the other team. Literally, they're dropped like to the ground, sliced in half. A lot of blood. It's just so great. I love it. It's so fun. It's such a fun like ending sequence, and like the way that they distract the other team is by like Rachel Sennett and like Hazel kissing, PJ and Hazel kissing, and then like the cheerleader is like, wait, I am gay, and then the cheerleader that Rachel likes is like, I'm not gay, but maybe I just like gay porn. And then Jeff is like, is porn even real? Like this total like, it's like this is coming out of nowhere. No one was talking about it. You just like had this revelation and said it out loud. Okay, and then immediately like the fight starts happening and everyone like storms onto the field and like slices these guys in half. They weren't even starting the football game yet. This is before the game even started. It's just so funny. It's so like funny. Everything about it is so funny.
I have a bad feeling that this movie's not going to age well, but I really enjoyed it. No, just because movies that are like... Dude, hear me out. Okay. Just because, like, movies that are, like, counterculture and, like, self-referential, I feel like always age the worst. It's like how coolness ages the worst, that, like, and comedy ages the worst. Like, that is just... because it's so like on the nose of like exactly the present day, and because it's so perfectly tied to the experiences of like the present day, I just have a bad feeling about it getting older. I think that there's still a lot of like, you might think it's like very present day, but I think it could hold its own. Like just like But I'm a Cheerleader. Sure, it was made in 2001, but it's still like very popular, and also like you can understand it. Maybe Breakfast Club is like on its way out, but like still you can kind of like get it a little bit. Yeah. And also a lot of people are comparing this to Superbad in the like I just want to fuck girls. It's like the outcasts, but it's like not weird because they're women, you know. It's women supporting women. No, it's women predating just, like, women. These, like yeah, but it's comedy. It is a comedy. And also, I don't like Superbad. I like that they ended up... I'll just put that out there. I liked that, what's her name? Josie and Isabella ended up together. That was really sweet. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it was really genuine, and that was nice. And like, Rachel Sennett, when she even, like, tried with the other character, I don't even know her name. Which one? Isabel's friend, who, like, basically doesn't have a name. Oh, yeah. The other cheerleader. My entire personality is based on her. And she, like, tries to kiss her. Brittany. But, like, Rachel, like, PJ tries to kiss her, and she's like, actually, I'm not gay. Sorry if I misled you. And Rachel's like, oh, my bad. Like, obviously, she's hurt by it. She's like, oh, shoot. But, like, it's not, like, horrible. Right. It's not as bad as, like, a lot of movies. Right. You know? Anyway, I just think this woman it's a movie about empowering women, the hot ones, and all women are hot, and so every person should see this movie and support hot women, aka all women. And I love how Marshawn Lynch, like, made a switch at the end, like, when they found out that PJ and Josie were lying. Oh my god, where he's and like, Marshawn feminism, like, is it worth it? It isn't worth it. Like, all women are liars. Like, I knew this. You don't even know. Oh, he just switches like, on a dime. All women. Yeah. It's so real. So great, though. It was... I agree with you. I agree with you. Really everyone should go see it. Smiles, and perhaps the fact that I believe it might not age well is even more reason to see it right now while it's still good. I think it'll age great. Okay, we'll see you in 20 years.
All right, call me in 20.
All right. What score did you give this movie?
Can you guess?
No, yeah, I know where you gave it.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah.
5 stars for this movie. I absolutely adored it. It was nonstop laughing and smiling, just fun. It was great.
Yeah.
And it's short too. It's like it goes by so quickly. What did you give this movie?
I gave it a 4.5.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Yeah,
It's up there. It's like tied for my favorite movie of the year. And I won't release my rankings yet, but all I'm saying is I'm gonna be nominating this for hella dillies.
Me too.
So keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And so you'll probably want to see this anyway because it's gonna be nominated for a dilly, and you have to vote, and you should probably watch the movies before you vote.
Yeah, for sure. So, the Writers Guild is on strike, and the Screen Actors Guild is also on strike. And that is, it sucks. It's the first time since 2008 that the Writers Guild has been on strike, and it's the first time since, the 70s or something, since both of them have been on strike at once. But that means that, if there are things that are being struck, if there are media that are being struck, they are asking that people not direct other people through free advertisement to that media, just in solidarity of the strike. And I want to respect that, because we could not get these movies without the Actors Guild or the Screenwriters Guild, Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild, pardon me.
Yeah.
And so in the purpose of aiding that strike and helping out however we can, I think that we should we've made the decision not to suggest any movies, but rather to just be a movie discussion podcast for the rest of the strike.
Yes. But in lieu of that, for today, on a whim, Max, what is your favorite song recently? What have you been listening to?
Okay, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo I really like.
No.
I really like that song.
I like her other one more. I like, what is her other one called?
I don't know.
Bad Idea, right?
I don't like that one that much.
Oh, I like it. I think it's a good ode to, girly pop songs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which she does a really good job at, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, can I also give a old song?
Yeah.
I've been listening to the Mary J. Blige and Elton John cover of, I guess that's why they call it The Blues, every day. I love that. They sing it together, and it's such a perfect song. I think they sang it in concert. But it's the best song ever. It's great. What about you? What's your favorite?
You know what? On the drive home from watching this movie, I was listening to a lot of Britney Spears. I was listening to a lot of Avril Lavigne. And one song that I thought they should have put in this movie, it would have fit perfectly. Maybe One More Time. Britney Spears.
Yeah.
In a fight sequence.
God.
When that would have been perfect.
Bella, they should have had you on the movie. You could have done it.
Emma, call me up. I'm just kidding. I'm sold out till who knows when. I'm a bagel man now.
Yeah.
I'm a bagel man.
You can't make movies and bagels.
That's what they say. That's what they told me, so that's what I abide to.
You'll put a hole in the camera. Can't be having that.
Yes. All right. Well, go see Bottoms if it sounds interesting to you, or if it doesn't, go see it anyway, because fuck you. And support Emma Seligman and Ayo Edebiri and Rachel Sennett and everyone involved in this movie. And have a great day.
Yeah. See you soon.